Okay, so we're being honest, right? So let's talk about how not enough people prepare you for life after graduation. One day you're surrounded by friends, classes, a clear roadmap, point A to point B to get an A in this class. And then suddenly you're expected to figure out your career, your finances, your friendships, and somehow become the healthiest, happiest version of yourself all at the same time. I am officially 1 year and a few months post-grad from Stony Brook University. Over the past year, I've had moments where I felt alone, excited, confused, confident, anxious, lost, and somehow not even sure what the next day is gonna look like. And sometimes that all happens in just 1 week. So trust me, if you clicked on this video because you're a new post-grad or even you're a couple years post-grad, I understand how you're feeling. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 5 self-care habits that genuinely help me navigate my post-grad journey so far. And no, they're not basic like face masks or buying yourself flowers, although those are nice. These are real concrete habits, routines, rituals, actions that help me take care of my mind, help me build my confidence, and keep me grounded during the biggest transition of my life. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Gamille and welcome to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. If you go through my channel, you have probably seen that I started this channel in college. You know, from sophomore year all the way up to now, being 22, 1 year post-grad, trying to break into the industry of marketing, living at home back with my parents in my childhood bedroom. I have come a long way, and with all of that comes a lot of uncertainty and, you know, sometimes feeling behind and not knowing what to do next or how to restructure or rebuild this new chapter of your life. So self-care habit number 1, learning emotional regulation. As we said, this chapter comes with a lot of uncertainty, identity changes, comparison, rejection, and what you have to do is learn how to protect your mental health before you hit rock bottom. Journaling, taking a no scroll day. Personally, I love to use the brain, really tune in with myself. But seriously, one of the biggest things that I've incorporated within the last year and year and a half was going to therapy. I started therapy senior year of college as a proactive way, actually, because I understood that senior year of college was going to be crazy busy, and it was. I was doing sponsorships, I was vice president of my dance team, I was an A+ student, you know, content creator. I had a lot of things to do. I was in a pageant. I was a very busy girl, and I knew that I needed emotional support through this big transition. I was also trying to find a full-time job before I graduated, which didn't work. Having therapy as a good foundation, have somebody else from an outside perspective have a view on some of the limiting beliefs that I have of myself, or how I'm handling a certain situation mentally, or what is something I could do better that maybe I just didn't recognize within myself, has helped immensely. Now that I'm in post-grad, while going through the trenches, I was navigating so much anxiety about how to break into marketing, trying to get my first full-time job, moving back home. This transition hasn't been easy, you know, living with your parents when you have a difference of opinions or difference of lifestyles. It's truly given me a space to work through my thoughts, to process my emotions, and develop healthier tools to navigate these changes in my life instead of carrying them all by myself. Because trust me, I know something about self-isolation, and it's not gonna do you any good. It's really not. This is a point in your life where you need as much community as you can. That's why I'm so excited that BetterHelp is sponsoring this video. I've heard about BetterHelp for years now and honestly wanted to try it out. BetterHelp makes starting therapy easy by letting you take a short quiz to get matched with a licensed therapist. If you feel like it's not the right fit, you could switch therapists at any time at no extra cost. And you could communicate through video, phone, text, which is literally so amazing that you have all these options. And if you're in your post-grad era like me, simply just overwhelmed with whatever life's throwing you at the moment, you can click the link in my description or go to betterhelp.com/Gamille to get 10% off your first month of therapy. Therapy can be an amazing form of self-care alongside all the other habits that we're going to discuss in today's video. Self-care habit number 2 is having self-awareness, aka having a weekly CEO meeting with yourself. Instead of letting life happen to you, the laundry, messy room, not knowing when your workday starts, 500 misread texts, etc., you are going to check in with yourself, with your life, what's going on, because taking action is a skill set that every 20-something-year-old should have. We all heard of Sunday resets by now, by TikTok, by Instagram. But it doesn't have to be on Sunday. It could be on a Wednesday. It could be on a morning where you have a little bit more time. Me, I'm type A, you know, so this is a regular routine for me. Sit down, get your journal, get Notion, ask yourself, how did I feel this week? You know, what stressed me out? What energized me? What appointments do I have to make? What is one priority that I need to focus on this week? What task am I avoiding? What habits am I avoiding? And I plan my week every Sunday, from my job, from my workout routine, to my content creation, to the hobbies that I have planned that week or the activities I have planned that week. Really romanticize this date with yourself. I feel like sometimes we're also stressed out because we're not really checking in with ourselves like you would check in with your friend. And when I was unemployed and down bad, having a schedule was literally my saving grace. Even if I had no job to clock into, I would have a morning routine. I would get up, I would go to the gym or swim, you know, I would have a work day of my own. So I would schedule in coffee chats, I would schedule in cold messaging people on LinkedIn, I would schedule in applying for jobs, I would schedule in working on my portfolio and adding new case studies or adding content that I've done in the past and explaining the strategy behind that. And then in the evening, I would schedule in my hobbies. Maybe having a schedule, whether you're employed or unemployed or figuring it out, is so important because it just keeps you motivated and you have structure to your day and you have a goal to aim for. And at the end of the day, all of that is going to compound. Self-care habit number 3 is to romanticize solitude. Whether you're moving back home to your hometown, maybe you're not friends with your high school friends anymore. I have maybe 2 or 3 left. Or maybe you're going to a new city and you know nobody. At some point in your life, you're gonna have to be okay with spending time with yourself. Quality time with you. You're the only person you're gonna spend the rest of your life with. Guarantee it's gonna be you to the day you die. You need to be comfortable with who you are and who you're becoming. And how do you do that? Exposure therapy to solo dates. Maybe going to the gym by yourself instead of always asking or waiting for someone to go with you. I had no friends when I first got to high school. What did I do? I went on Pinterest and I got some journal prompts and I just started writing. I just started writing and talking to myself, asking myself questions, getting to know myself. I even wrote a book of all my favorite little things, my favorite hobbies, my favorite foods, my favorite snacks, because how would you want somebody to know every single detail of you, but you don't even know that yourself? And you're gonna start caring less and less and less about people's opinions because you're gonna be so strong and rooted in who you are and what you like and what works for you. During college, they hosted field trips, so I would use that as my solo dates because they were free, you know. So I went to like the New York City Museum. I went horseback riding. That was super fun. We had a pond in our quad and I would sit out there and just journal every Friday night and make it a date, recap the week and see how I was feeling. And when I did started making some income through my freelance jobs and my internships post-grad, I took myself out to celebrate that. I had a nice dinner at an Italian restaurant. I wore a nice black dress. I did my makeup. There are so many fun things that you could do once you realize that you can hang out with yourself and you're actually the coolest person that you know. Or you're wondering what people are gonna think, how you're going to seem alone at a restaurant or at an activity, because nobody really cares. Everybody's thinking about themselves, so you should start thinking about yourself too. Self-care habit number 4, stop consuming so much, aka have some hobbies and have a personality. Whenever I would ask people, what do you like to do for fun? Oh, did you see that new TikTok? I like to scroll on TikTok. People are severely lacking personality, individuality these days, and it's because of social media. Because all you're doing is scrolling through your 500 TikToks per day. Your screen time is like 9 hours, watching everybody else's life and comparing yours to theirs. You're always watching YouTube 24 hours of the day. When is the last time you just sat down in silence? When was the last time you actually poured into an activity that you like? When was the last time your hobby didn't involve a screen? Struggling with your screen time and consuming so much, I highly recommend getting a brick, because it's a physical barrier between you and your apps on your phone. So you have no choice but to be a human being and do something else. I love active hobbies. If I could be outside horseback riding or roller skating, swimming, hiking, anything that's active, I love doing that. I also love to read self-development books, romance books. I recently got into comics, which is fun, and I'm reading Avatar: The Last Airbender, but like chapter 4, the part where they ended the show. Obviously, I love content creation, and it gets me off my phone because I'm creating, I'm using my own ideas, I'm helping people, and I'm also documenting my life, right? Which is gonna be so cool to look back on. I have like 8 journals going all the way back to middle school. I think I just really love talking to myself. How cool is that you have this like mini time capsule that will last forever, and it's not up in the clouds. You know, it's not all up in iCloud where that could be gone any day. I do word searches. If you guys love like crossword or Sudoku, I suggest word search as well. It's so fun, it's so relaxing, and I sit out in my outside patio and I just do my word search and I drink my morning juice. It's fun, and it gets me off my phone. And when I'm off my phone and I'm not consuming everyone's lives, and I'm just sitting there doing my crossword puzzle, just honestly sitting there in silence, or it makes you realize how the day isn't going as fast as you thought it was. You know, you're actually taking time to be present. I struggle with being present. I see how beautiful it is to be an individual and to really start growing into who you are becoming. That is such a special process to witness and to acknowledge within yourself. Take the time to learn to fail at anything that you want to do, because it's just going to add to the unique life experiences. You know, you don't want to look back on your 20s or your 30s and realize you didn't do anything besides scroll on TikTok 8 hours a day, you know, barely do your habits, barely take care of yourself, barely have life experiences or try new things. You're gonna regret it, and I don't want you to regret it. Self-care habit number 5, you need to be able to have the skill of building routines, building non-negotiables. In this new chapter of life, everything's changing. The one thing that has kept me afloat is my healthy routines. Confidence isn't built by how pretty you look, what clothes you have, what's the new road product that everybody got, let me get that. Confidence isn't built on those superficial things. Confidence is built in the everyday promises that you keep to yourself. Every day, each little promise is gonna compound and compound until you finally recognize, oh my gosh, I'm a person that keeps my word. I'm a person who has discipline. I'm a person who practices healthy habits because I love myself and I take care of myself. I'm a person who does self-care every week and makes sure that I know what looks good on me, what helps me feel confident versus everyone else. Keeping that confidence in post-grad, where it's such a tumultuous time right now. You have friends who are getting engaged, you have friends who moved, who are in master's programs, you have friends who's living at home like me, who may be unemployed. So easy to compare yourself, and trust me, I know. I have compared myself. The confidence I built through my routines and my habits and my actions and just knowing who I am as a person, I have been able to have some grace going through this process. Yes, I have my down moments, but at the end of the day, I know who I am it's because of that confidence and those everyday promises that I kept to myself. What works for you works for you. Maybe you don't want to try lifting right now, you know, but doing something. Maybe it's swimming, a 10-minute walk, having a morning routine, you know, getting sunlight, checking in with yourself, journaling, maybe saying a prayer if you're spiritual, having a night routine to set you up for a successful day ahead. Having routines that are specifically catered to you, your energy, and the lifestyle that you want to create is going to help you navigate this period in your life. So every day I knew what is going to make me feel good. If I stayed in bed all the time and I just scrolled or I watched TV all day, I was gonna feel like trash. So moving my body, having a clean environment, doing my hobbies, doing my nighttime routine, all of these has helped me and ground myself in this process that everything is changing, but that one thing isn't going to change. I'm always going to take care of myself, and that is something that I want for you in this moment. After graduation, no one is handing you structure anymore. No one's going to tell you what time to wake up, to move your body. No one's going to tell you what your next milestone should be. Who has been telling us that for years? But now you get to decide what goals you want to achieve, want to seek after, what life you want to build for yourself. And lastly, no one's going to tell you whether you're doing enough. Sometimes there's no measure anymore to your individual success. And if you compare yourself to others, it's gonna make you feel like you're never doing enough, like you're always gonna be behind. That is not true. You measure your own success, you measure how fulfilling your life is simply by how you feel. And if the lifestyle you're building is supporting your values and your goals and your overall well-being. I know that this could feel overwhelming. It has been for me at times. When I switched my perspective, I realized how empowering it could be. You're literally building your life from scratch now. You come at it with a positive attitude, do some mood boarding, do some thinking, you know, some visualization. You're gonna realize that this is a very special opportunity and time in your life. Write your own narrative. Self-care isn't about becoming a different person overnight, because that's just not realistic. It's about the choices you make every day that quietly remind you who you are and who you're becoming. You're basically just reaffirming to yourself with all these habits and actions that my future matters and I'm worth taking care of now, not when I finally make it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making this because self-development is truly something that I've been passionate about since freshman year of high school, and I know that not a lot of people have big sisters or moms or dads that have these conversations with you, and I truly just want to help as many people as I can through the life lessons that I have learned, and as I continue to learn and document my life over here on YouTube. Leave me a comment down below. What is one self-care habit from this video that you're gonna start doing? I want to chat with you guys and grow with you most of all. Make sure you like, leave me a comment, and of course subscribe to this channel, turn on your post notifications so you know when I post next time. And I'm so happy you got to sit down and chat with you all. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.